Have you ever rejected a proposal? I was in my boyfriend's apartment kitchen, stirring pasta sauce and humming along to music, when my phone buzzed on the counter. It was my cousin Maya, so I answered with a grin, expecting her usual gossip about her crazy neighbors. But her voice wasn't playful. It was dark. "Where are you right now?" she asked. My smile disappeared. "At Derek's place." "Why?" My voice came out shaky because something in her tone terrified me. I'd never heard Maya sound like this before. She sighed heavily into the speaker. "I'm so sorry I have to tell you this," she said, "but you need to know." My heart started pounding as worst-case scenarios flooded my mind. "What?" I demanded, my voice rising. "Tell me what?" She paused. "Derek is cheating on you." My heart stopped for a moment before racing in my chest. I pressed my free hand against the counter to steady myself as tears instantly filled my eyes. "You're lying," I whispered. "That's impossible. He wouldn't do that to me." I loved Derek. We'd been together for 3 years. I was certain we'd get married. This couldn't be real. "I'm not lying," she said firmly. "I literally just saw him at Rosewood Bistro. He was in a corner booth with a blonde woman, holding her hand and feeding her dessert. I recorded it. I'm sending you the video now." My phone vibrated with the incoming message, and I pulled it away from my ear with trembling hands. The video was grainy, but there was no mistaking Derek in his blue shirt with a woman I'd never seen before, their hands intertwined on the table. "I have to go," I choked out before hanging up. I looked around the kitchen robotically. At the pasta sauce I'd spent an hour perfecting. At the anniversary table I'd set with candles. At the chocolate cake I'd baked from scratch. Then I moved mechanically to the stove and dumped the entire pot of sauce into the sink. The pasta followed. I swept the plates off the table and watched them shatter. The wine bottle crashed against the floor. I picked up the cake and dropped it into the trash, frosting smearing across my hands. I was exhausted afterward from the crying, mascara streaming down my face in black rivers. I was wiping my eyes when I heard his keys in the lock. Derek walked in whistling and stopped dead when he saw the destruction. "What the hell happened?" he gasped, eyes wide with shock. My tears fell harder and a sob escaped my throat as I spun to face him. "You're cheating on me," I yelled, my voice breaking. "I know you are. I have proof. Maya saw you at a restaurant with another woman. How could you do this to me?" I shoved my phone at him, showing him the video through my tears. He stared at the screen for a long moment before suddenly bursting out laughing. Once he started, he couldn't stop. He doubled over, clutching his stomach as he roared with laughter. I stared at him in disbelief. "I'm glad you think this is so funny," I snapped bitterly. I tried to push past him, but he grabbed my arm and spun me around to face him. The laughter vanished from his face instantly. "I'm not cheating on you." His voice was firm and steady as he looked directly into my eyes, begging me to believe him. "Then explain those pictures," I demanded sharply. He sighed deeply. "I didn't want it to happen like this," he muttered, running his hand through his hair. "Do you remember me mentioning my cousin Rebecca was flying in from Seattle?" I frowned, trying to think through my tears. "Vaguely. I think so." He nodded. "That was her in the video. She flew in this morning to help me with something important. I was planning to bring her here tonight to meet you properly, but her flight leaves in 2 hours." My frown deepened in confusion. "Why would you need to take your cousin to a romantic restaurant?" He sighed again. "This really isn't how I wanted to do this. I wasn't there for her. I was there for us. She was helping me with something I've been planning for months." My heart started racing again. "What are you talking about?" He reached into his jacket pocket and pulled out a small velvet box. Then he dropped to one knee right there in the destroyed kitchen and opened it, revealing a beautiful emerald ring. "I love you more than anything," he began, his voice soft and emotional. "I can't imagine spending my life with anyone else. Will you marry me?" For a moment, I just stared at him, at the ring, at his hopeful eyes. Then I shook my head slowly. "No," I said quietly, "because Rebecca didn't fly in from Seattle. She moved to Boston 2 years ago for medical school. You told me yourself when we celebrated her acceptance. That woman in the video is not